We will begin in a minute. In the meantime, I just want to remind you, the last workshop was torta caprese, a delicious Italian cake, almond base and with chocolate, flourless, delicious. Just make sure that you go and watch it. As for next week, actually, yes, for the series Dolce Salato, again, the Italian baking, we will be making, I don't know if you saw it on the Facebook page, we will be making Italian lemon sorbetto. Sorbetto al limone, the original one, the authentic one. So the recipe will be available soon, and you can RSVP on the website so that you can receive the reminder. Today we will be making classic Italian chocolate budino. With a little kick, we are going to add a little bit of coffee today and another ingredient that I'll tell you later, just to make this recipe and this dessert even more irresistible. The recipe is gluten-free if you wish. There is flour in the recipe, but you can substitute the ingredient with cornstarch. And this recipe is egg-free, is eggless, okay? The word, so budino is a word for pudding. The difference between budino, the Italian dessert, and pudding, which is more popular in North America, is that budino is more dense, it's richer, and is served molded. The pudding is instead lighter, creamier, and is usually served in cups. So there is a lot of confusion around, these two recipes and what is the difference, but this is it. The budino is a very popular recipe in Italy, definitely belong to one of the oldest and traditional recipe in the Italian pastry. Is one of those snacks that I used to make when I was a child. Many years ago. We didn't have the snacks available that we have today. So, if I was home with my sibling, we will just put together a little bit of milk, of cocoa, sugar, flour, or cornstarch, and and we ended up having this delicious dessert that with time, chocolate became quite popular and a popular addition. So now basically the budino is also made with chocolate as well, to make this recipe again even more irresistible. So for today, I just want to say hi to a few people that are connected now. So ciao Dora again. Hi Dora. Hi Belsi. Hi Belsi. It's been a while. Hi Sandra. Again, let me know where are you watching from. And this is what you need. So this is the table that is set up already for the recipe. The mise en place is important. Setting up a table is extremely important. I say it all the time. You don't want to end up missing an ingredient once, after you start already your recipe. So make sure that you have everything in place. We don't need any particular equipment today. No mixer, no hand mixer, none of it. You can make this recipe absolutely by hand, not a problem whatsoever. You need a saucepan, you need a stove, and you need a few tools. And you need a molded, if you have it, silicone mold or any mold that you have. This is pretty much it for the ingredients. Guys, if you have any questions in the meantime, while I go ahead, please let me know. Please let me know. Okay, so for the ingredients, as I said, we just need a few ingredients. We need milk, we need sugar, we need cornstarch or flour. Again, the recipe that is available on the website, bakeitup.ca, you can download it, calls for flour. You can use cornstarch. It's gonna make it a little bit thicker, which is not bad if you are planning on putting your budino in a mold, okay? And then we need cocoa powder, we need chocolate, of course, and we need butter, a little bit of vanilla, and then another ingredient, and I'll tell you a little bit later. Okay, so here I have, let's start. Let's heat up the milk. Keep an eye on it. We don't want the milk to boil over the saucepan. You know that this, when it's ready, is going to happen very, very quickly. And in the meantime, in a microwave safe container, we are going to combine together the butter and the sugar. So while we wait for the milk, to heat up, we are going to melt the butter with the sugar in the microwave. Do we have any question here? Where are you guys watching from? I see a few people connected. A few people connected. Let's grab our spatula. And I believe we have everything. Okay, I'm gonna let it go for another 30 seconds. And let me see here. I hope I didn't forget anything. Yeah, this is almost ready. Do you guys have any questions at all? So budino is actually very popular in North Italy. This is already boiling. I'm going to turn this off. So this recipe is very popular in North Italy, but then, as I said, it became originated, I say, from North Italy, but it's really popular in Italy. Everybody knows about it. As I said, it's a little bit of an old recipe. You don't really make that every day, let's put it this way. But it's definitely incredibly delicious, and I'll show you how beautiful this dessert is going to turn out. All right, this is completely melted. Sugar and butter together is completely melted. Let me grab a towel. Now to the butter and sugar, we are going to add the dry ingredients. Okay. Use a sifter. As always, it's good to use a sifter because, as you know, cocoa powder usually had lumps. And I'm gonna add the flour as well. Combine those two. And you want to add those dry ingredients to the butter and sugar mixture. Who is here? Belfast. Hi, Dora from Belfast. All right, let's give it another stir. And now the next step is tempering. We are going to add the very hot milk slowly. This recipe doesn't have eggs, so it's not gonna curdle, right? Because what curdle usually the pastry cream or any custard is usually the eggs that cannot that curdle at a temperature that is higher than 85 degrees Celsius. This is not the case, but still we don't want to, so we don't have eggs here, right? But we don't want to shock the mixture either. So we are going to add the milk a little bit at the time, just to allow all those ingredients to completely melt together and mix together. And then more milk. And then we are going to transfer the mixture back to the meal, to the saucepan, because we want to cook it. So back to the stove here, to the induction. Now here you have to be very careful. Watch for this is going to get dense very easily, very quickly. And right now, and at this point, we are going to add the instant coffee. You can add espresso, it's totally fine. Let's say low, medium speed, because as I said, this is going to get thick very easily, and you want to bring it to a boil. There we go. It's almost there. So it starts getting very dense. Put it to the lowest speed, heat obviously, and very gently, low, medium, and keep cooking. Now at this point, we're gonna add the secret ingredient, and this is the rum, because it's gonna get that extra kick, and it's going to just taste delicious. And because of the heat, the alcohol, it's gonna be, you're not gonna feel the alcohol, but definitely the taste of the rum. And all you want to do, so just to wait until you see some bubble, and that means that it's cooking and that the flour is doing its work, making this mixture thick and ready to be placed in those molds. You can use small molds, or you can use a big one. In Italy, usually when I was a child, actually, the budino was made out of a big molded, like a beautiful shape pan. For today, I'm using some small one, as I said. But yeah, there you go. I see some bubbles here, and for me, this is good to go. One more thing, just be careful because you don't want this to get too dense. It's going to get even more thick, and then it's going to be difficult to place the budino in the molds. When it's too dense, you're gonna see those bubbles and spaces, so you don't want that. At this point, I saw some bubbles here coming up, and now we are gonna add the chocolate. The chocolate has to be chopped, possibly finely, because again, this is going to lower the temperature, and that is when the budino is going to get even more dense. Perfect. As soon as you see that the chocolate is completely melted, this is ready to go. Perfect. Don't wait too long. Again, just as soon as you see that the chocolate is completely melted, we're gonna grab our silicone mold. By the way, last time when I made panna cotta, that you guys can also find on the channel. And by the way, it's up to you. You can also add some vanilla. You don't have to, but why not? Vanilla is good in any dessert, so nothing wrong with that. The consistency here is just perfect, but see how it starts thickening? So we want to immediately pour this deliciousness in the molds. Last time, again, when I made panna cotta, I didn't remember when I purchased this one, but actually I bought it a few months ago at Dollarama. So if you live in Canada, go ahead Oh, this is just perfect. It's even better than the one that I made yesterday. So if you live in Canada, go ahead. You may still find it. And this is incredible for any pudding, budino, panna cotta, traditional panna cotta, or the panna cotta that we made the other day. I believe a couple of workshops ago, I made strawberry panna cotta. Yeah, that was great. This is fantastic. This is the consistency that we want. It's absolutely perfect, and we'll be able to make another one. This recipe makes 6. If you make half recipe, make 6. Full recipe makes 12 or 14. I'm sorry, full recipe makes 8. Half recipe makes 4. All right, this is good. See how we start getting very, very dense already? So you have to be very quick and have everything in place. There we go. I will suggest you to place the silicone mold on a baking sheet because this is too soft. We have to tap it to make sure that all the air goes out as much as possible. Okay, clean up the top a little bit. And this is good to go. You don't want to touch it. No more than that. Let me add a little bit on this one, a little bit more on this one. It looks perfect. It's fantastic. And I have my budino ready. So this now has to go in the refrigerator. Timing in baking is almost everything. So this is now ready. And you have to let it set in the refrigerator for about 4 hours, even better overnight. You want to tap it because you don't want any air, any pocket or pockets of air here. Okay, and once it's done, you grab a plastic wrap. This will prevent the skin to form. There you go. So this one now goes in the refrigerator, as I said, for 4 hours at least, or overnight. And I'm going to show you what I have. I'm gonna grab some whipping cream here that I have whipped with some ice and sugar and vanilla placed in a piping bag. And we're gonna make some decoration. How about that? Okay, guys. And here we have it. I have unmolded the budino. See how it's dense? And this holds the shape. Hope you can see it. There you go. Oh, it's not gonna move. And now we have some, as I said, some whipping cream. Just want to make sure that you guys can see it. Some whipping cream here. And how we're gonna decorate it with a little bit of whipping cream in the center. See how pretty this is? All right. Little bit of whipping cream. And some sprinkles, chocolate sprinkles. And here you have it. How easy and incredible this recipe is. And I want to show you also what is the consistency, okay? And honestly, I want to taste it. Here it is. Before I go ahead, make sure you like and subscribe. That is the only thing I ask. I'll see you. Don't forget the next video next week, next Wednesday. We will be making sorbetto al limone or lemon sorbet, but it's gonna be the authentic one. So don't miss the workshop next Wednesday. And here we have it. So many memories with this budino here. With the whipping cream, it's just perfect. Don't forget to add a little bit of rum, cognac, and this is going to end up being absolutely delicious. So good. Well, guys, this is it for today. This was very quick, as you can see, less than 20 minutes. I hope you like this recipe. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Why not? Just a reminder that on the website there is a mini cheesecake collection. You can get 20% discount because you're watching the live right now. So the promo code is live20 if you want to get it. There are 10 recipes tested and tasted for you. And this is it for today. I'll see you next Wednesday with sorbetto al limone. Ciao a tutti. Ciao.